Hey y'all, welcome back.
It's Wednesday, so you know
We're winging it.
Last week we talked about getting into great camping season, so we thought this week we'd share some ideas to save money when you're camping.
So stick around.
All right, before we get started, y'all know the rules of winging it, but a quick reminder. We set the timer on my phone for 10 minutes. We talk about the topic. When the timer goes off, we wrap things up. This is totally unedited, unscripted, and you get what you get. 10 minutes on the clock. We're winging it.
All right, let's talk about saving some money.
Let's talk. I like that topic. So, okay, let's start with something that y'all know we love to do, and I know a lot of you out there do as well, and that is state parks. We're going to talk specifically in this segment about the Texas state parks, but I know a lot of the state park systems out there have similar programs, so check with where you're traveling to see what's available. But with the Texas State Park system, they have the annual pass, the Texas State Parks Pass. And for $70, that gets you and everyone in your vehicle into every state park in Texas for free. No day use fees, no entry fees, and you get half price off of your second night of camping for every trip throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you go for 4 or 5 days on a camping trip, you've paid for it already.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're taking your family.
Oh, those day use fees can add up because even if you're camping, you will get charged day use fees unless you have the state park
Yeah,
pass.
well worth it. Great thing. Great online system for booking your campsite. And right now, as you book, you have to book ahead, even to go during the day.
Yep.
To get a day use pass, you have to book online.
So you might as well have that state parks pass.
Yeah.
And it makes things so much easier on that because it saves a lot of your information. And you don't have to be a resident of Texas to get, say, a Texas State Parks Pass. So if you're going to be traveling around, check it out. National Parks Pass. Now, the National Park System has a similar program. It's called the America the Beautiful Pass. It's right now $80 for the year, and it gets you into all of the national park systems, Forest Service parks, national parks, all the federal parks that charge day use and entry fees, which not all of them do.
No.
But then you never have to pay those day use and entry fees over the course of the year. And that saved us a ton of money when we were visiting national parks last year.
Absolutely, and that brings into mind the Senior National Parks Pass, which you have to be 62 years or older to get it, but if you are, you need to get it. It's $80, but it's forever.
Right.
You get one-time fee of $80, and not only does it get the entry fees and the entry fees for your whole family or whatever. Last summer, Grammy K went with us, so every national park we went into, which was several, we didn't have to pay any day use fees, and here's the kicker. Your camping is half price. So we saved a ton of money on half price camping. Some of the national parks don't cost much, or national facilities that take the pass aren't expensive in camping, but still the savings is still a savings. And one quick thing on that we just found out, which is really cool, that if you only, let's say you're light this year, but you want a senior pass, you turn 62, you can get one for $20. That's good for a year. And then the next year you have to renew. If you renew that for 4 years, after your 4th year, you can turn those in for a lifetime pass. So it's almost like a payment plan. So if you go 4 years in a row and you love it, just turn it in and you get a lifetime pass.
Pretty cool deal.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Passport America. Now we're talking about RV parks specifically in the U.S., mostly in the USA, but also some in Canada and Mexico, so North America. Right now I think they've got a little over 1,600 participating parks. Now there are some restrictions to Passport America, but this is something that saved us a bunch of money in the past, and we need to use it more often.
Yeah, it's a half price plan. And there are restrictions. A lot of the campgrounds won't take it on the weekends, but if you're traveling during the week, they typically take it. And sometimes you can get more than one night too. at that. And yes, we need to use it a lot more. We have used it. And this, the price they charge, the longer you can do multiple years at one time. And if you do, then you save money. But you can almost pay for the pass in one night stay.
Well,
sometimes.
1 year is $44 a year right now. And so it doesn't take many half-price stays in RV parks to make that up.
Three most of RV parks, and you've already paid for it.
We're going to put links. I know we're throwing a lot of information at you. We're going to put links on our website, on our story that goes with this video, to all of these things, so you can go back and do more research if you want to. Let's talk about Harvest Host, another program we really like.
Oh my gosh, yes.
This allows you to stay one night at participating wineries, breweries, museums. It's an amazing program. Golf courses.
They now have golf courses as part of it. So if you like to play golf, you go to the country club. You got to let them know ahead of time. Harvest Host. You can stay there overnight, play around the golf. You know, the golf wouldn't be included, but you can see some pretty neat golf courses and play some pretty neat golf courses and get a free night stay.
Yeah, so the basic membership in Harvest Host right now is $79 for the year, and then that includes everything except the golf courses. So I think they've got now over 1,300
wineries,
so the
golf courses are extra on that.
Golf courses, $119 for the year, gets you all of the wineries, museums, breweries that include, and also the golf courses.
Okay, my bad. I thought they were all in one.
Yep, they've changed the system over the last few years.
Yep.
But yeah, if you're into golf, not a bad thing, because there are there's no nightly fees where you're camping.
Right.
You're just staying in their parking lot typically, and yeah, it's fantastic because you also get to experience that location, that winery, that farm,
distillery, whatever. Yeah.
Very, very fun and very unique experience.
Yeah, a lot of unique experiences.
Absolutely. Then you've got your organizations like Escapees, FMCA, Good Sam. Escapees right now is running $39.95 for the year, but I think it's about to go up to $49.95.
On November 1st, it goes up.
2020.
Of 2020, it goes up to $49.95. So if you get in now, you can get that $39.95 rate for up to 3 years. They'll let you also do it for 3 years. If you're thinking about full-timing, Escapees is one of the things that, we're escapees. Mm-hmm. And that's where we get our mail. That's where our permanent address is. And Escapees has multiple locations. They have them in Livingston, Texas. They have one in Florida. They have one up in South Dakota. So
mm-hmm.
you can use any one of those 3 states as your domicile if you're going to go full time and use Escapees. So there's a lot of benefits through Escapees.
They helped us find full-time RV insurance. They have a great weighing system to make sure your rig is not overweight. They have phenomenal local and national rallies.
And you save in their parks, too.
So lots of perks with that. Plus, some RV parks that you roll into will give you, say, a 10% discount if you're an Escapees member, just like FMCA or Good Sam. FMCA is another one that we're members of.
Yep.
I think that right now starts at about $85 a year. But we love the national rallies for FMCA.
Oh, and the national rallies, and there's also a huge benefit that comes with FMCA that doesn't come with, I don't think, any of the others, and that is a medical assist or whatever. If you're on a trip or whatever and you get injured or or worse, that they'll fly back the family and drive back your coach and stuff like that, and that policy for that is included in FMCA. So that's quite a perk to being an FMCA member.
That's for sure. Now let's talk about, so we've got all these memberships, and like I said, we'll include more about that on our website. But what if you're not a member, or maybe you're looking for additional savings? Well, there's some things you can do no matter where you're going.
Yeah.
One thing is you could travel in the off season. If there's areas that are really popular during the summer, see if it's available to visit them in a shoulder season, maybe the spring or the fall.
Well, like Galveston, for instance, on the Gulf Coast, their RV parks offer great monthly rates starting about this time of year, going, I don't know, until maybe March. And I mean, and the monthly rate is great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're staying in very nice resorts at a very, very affordable rate. They're monthly rates, and some of them include electric, some don't. But I mean, you can really save a lot of money and go to some incredible destinations. And even without it being a seasonal thing, a lot of RV parks, the one we're staying at right now, offer monthly rates anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like here, the park we're in, if you were going to come here and stay, you know, 2 weeks or a little bit more, your cost to stay a month is about the same as staying 2 weeks on the regular rates. So, you know, if your stay, you can extend it a little bit and maybe visit more with family or go see some more things in Houston, you can save a lot of money.
Absolutely, and that's pretty standard for a lot of RV parks.
Yep.
Another thing you can do real quick is choose a non-premium site. You know, no matter what type of site you're in, whether it's a state-run campground or a Forest Service park or an RV park, a lot of these places will have different tiers of camping. And so you could be in the same location, in the same park, access to the same amenities, but maybe you don't have a waterfront site. You know, maybe you are a back-end site instead of a pull-through site.
Yeah, a lot of parks, the pull-throughs are premiums and the back-ends aren't. And I got to tell you, a lot of times I'd prefer the back-end.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the back-ends are even better sites. So sometimes premium is strictly based on ease of getting in and out. And you know what? Backing up is no big deal. You're going to have to do it a bunch anyway. A lot of the parks are back in only. So look at that. Save some money.
And in some places, we've chosen to have not full hookups, maybe electric and water, and passed on the sewer hookups. And we've saved some money staying in the same place with everything else being the same.
Yeah, if you're not staying very long especially, or let's say you have a Blue Boy,
mm-hmm.
and you can go ahead and dump your gray and take it down to the dump station. No big deal. It could save quite a bit of money.
And if you don't know what a Blue Boy is, I'll link to our RV slang video to fill you in.
Yeah.
Well, we're out of time. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the topic, so make sure you leave us some comments below and share your budgeting tips. And until next time, y'all, we'll see you on Sunday. Keep on winging it. Safe travels.
And happy camping.
Bye.
Bye.